Everyone, welcome to Chesspoint. Today we see the Super Bit Blitz tournament last ninth rounds. I am late for that. Before here, this was round 13 where Magnus Carlsen and VE playing here. So you see here how this game was going. So here you see Magnus from white and VE from black, and now the chances of white to win this game was plus 2.43. So there the king e7 was a blunder by VE. So I think VE in going to the time pressure, that's why he loses the position, because that position was a draw. So now see how Magnus play here. He cutted the pawn B's column. So now the result is comes here with Magnus wins the game at and currently he in the top again. What a comeback by Magnus Carlsen, because in the previous day he only had 6 point in 9 rounds, and now you see he get 12 match 13 match and 10 points. So he leads the top table again, and now there is only 5 games left. So what a comeback by Magnus Carlsen. And after this, let's see all games are over or not. So yes, the games are over, and the result of round 13 was first match was here is Arjun versus Praggnanandhaa. So this match was win by Arjun, and then second is Krill versus Gukesh Domaraju. So now Gukesh wins the game. So they won the game. It's amazing for Gukesh also. And the third, we see Magnus Carlsen wins against the VE. And fourth, you see here Anish Duda beat Norderberg, and in fifth, Duda beat Vincent Kymer. So this is the games of round 13. And I see you that what was the results of round 10. So round 10 was between Gukesh and VE, where VE wins the game, and then Norderberg versus Vincent Keimer, where Norderberg wins the game. And then Praggnanandhaa versus Duda, and that's a draw. And the fourth, Magnus wins against the Krill, and the fifth, Arjun beats Anish Duda. This was the result of round 10. This is the round 11 result, where Arjun loses against the Gukesh. So Gukesh here also win a point. So after this, Anish Giri draw with Kirill, and then Magnus Carlsen wins against Praggnanandhaa. Then Vincent Keimer draw against VE. Then Duda loses against Norderberg. So this is round 11. So this is round 12, where VE loses against Duda, and Norderberg lose against Magnus Carlsen. So here you see how Magnus continuously winning the games. It's not only a draw, it's winning the games. And after this, Gukesh lose against Vincent Keimer, then Praggnanandhaa beat Anish Giri, then Kirill Savanko wins against Arjun Erigesi. And the last we see round 13 results. And this is the round 14 match yard, where first match is Vincent Kymer versus Magnus Carlsen, and then VE versus Anish Giri, then Gukesh versus Duda, and Nodrevak versus Arjun Erigesi, then Praggnanandhaa versus Kirill Sevanko. So if you want, we see here the match of Gukesh, because Gukesh have currently a 4.5 point. So it's a good to see that Gukesh wins here 2 games in 4. So now he get 13 rounds and 4.5 point in Blitz tournament. So it's great to see that Gukesh here to come back, but I think he play for not the title, because it was too far for him, because of only five uh, 5 game left, and if he wins 5 games, he get not to in top 3, I think, because he got only 9.5, and Magnus get also a 10 point, then VE get a 9, and Arjun get also, I think, 7 or 8 point. Then Nodre also get 6 or 7 points. So I think he get first to surpass the 9 to 10 points. So now let's see how game was. So here Gukesh from white and Duda from black. So this is ongoing tournament of Superbet Blitz tournament of 2024. Sorry for that. Today I'm not going to show or start the webcam because of some issue. I not get to do that. That's why today this is only a talking games or commentary games, I think. So next time I try my best. So there is a 5 minute left. I think 5 to 8 minute left to starting the round 14 game. So there is a good for if case wins here. This is most important for him to win all the games. But currently Gukesh's form is not much good in Blitz matches. If you compare Gukesh's current position to the candidates, it's a different, because some players are good in classical but not too much good in blitz and rapid. That's why this is different from candidates, so not comparing them. So if you want, I saw some games before. Uh, was If we see round 13, Arjun versus Praggnanandhaa in Speedway. You see here, Arjun get 8 points. What I tell you, and Praggnanandhaa get is 6 points. Let's start the moves of Praggnanandhaa versus Arjun versus Praggnanandhaa in round 13. Here Arjun wins the game. So the moves is knight f3, then knight f6, c4, knight c6, d4, e6, then bishop f4, then bishop b4, then knight d2. It's knight bd2, and here the d6, and then d6. After this, we see here a3. Then bishop cut d2 check, and queen cut d2, and queen e7, then d5, then e cut d5, c cut d5, knight e5, then knight cut e5, then d cut e5, bishop g5, then h6, and then bishop cut f6, queen cut f6, rook c1, c6, d cut c6, b cut c6, g3, rook b8, bishop g2, rook b6, double zero, double zero, and then b4, then rook d8, queen e3, bishop f5, rook c5, then e4, then bishop cut e4, bishop cut e4, queen cut e4, rook a6, then queen e3, queen b2, rook c3, then you see here it's a c5, then b cut c5, rook e6 to targeting the queen, then queen f3, rook e2, then it's a c6, rook c2, then you see here it's a c7, then rook c8, rook d1, then rook at c7, rook d8 check, king h7, queen f5 check, g6, then you see here mating move for here, queen f6, queen a1 check, then rook it's king g2, then rook cut f2, king cut f2, then queen b2, king g1, queen a1 check, king g2, and now that was the last move of Arjun, and then Praggnanandhaa resigned the game. So this was the round 13 game of Super Blitz tournament, of where Praggnanandhaa and Arjun play the game, and where Arjun wins the game. So let's see, this is a round 14 game where we see here the game of Gukesh and Duda. So this game was a good game. So currently, I think Magnus again in the top, because he get only a 10 point in 13 rounds. Then here comes VE with 9 matches, 9 point, and then Arjun. So Arjun get also 8 point. I think let's see the Nodrebek point. So Nodrebek get 6.5 point in 13 rounds. So now if we see that there is a top 3 of Blitz after round 13. So first is Magnus, then second is VE, and third is Arjun. So after some times, the match of Gukesh and Duda was will start soon. So not go to anywhere. After I think this tournament ends tomorrow or either no, after some days, we continue to see the games we play online here on chess.com, either League Chess. So when I starting that, then please all of you see at that time. But now we see the Grand Chess 2 Super Blitz tournament. So it takes some times. So it takes only 1 to 2 minutes more. Then we see the match of Gukesh and Duda. So Gukesh's current form is not good, but it's rapid and blitz tournament is not too much for everyone, because some players in focuses on classical game, and classicalism most important in chess. So sometimes rapid and blitz tournament affect your classical, either classical affect your rapid and blitz tournament. But also, this tournament was too stressful for Gukesh also, because he played first 9 round in rapid and continuously play 3 rounds, and then from tomorrow he play 9 rounds in one day. So it is more stressful for him, because in front of so now you see the match of round 14 is was started. Now we see the Gukesh and Duda's game. So I show you the previous moves of when this game was started. So Gukesh from white and Duda from black. So now let's see d4 play by Gukesh, then knight f6, then c4, e6, then g3, c5, d5, e cut d5, c cut d5, d6, bishop g2, g6, knight f3, bishop g7, knight c3, then 0 0 0 0, rook e8, bishop f4, then h6 play by Duda, then a4, then g5, bishop d2, bishop f5, and then h4, then g4, then knight h2, and then bishop g6, queen c1, h5. So this was the last move from Duda. Now the move is from Gukesh. So let's see what Gukesh play here. So here Gukesh plays rook d1, then uh, Duda plays knight bd2. Then after this, Gukesh plays knight f1 in speedway. So he wants to, I think, pushes first his pawn of e. Either he is stable at that point or at that square. So current position is saying that is a plus 0.36. So it means that Gukesh had little much chances to win of this game was is high, but it doesn't mean that plus 0.36 is not much differ from winning. It's just equal, I think. So after this knight e5 by play by Duda, then knight e3. Then after this, Duda play the move of a6. So now you see how both of them is trying to going to in the middle game. So rook a3 by Gukesh, then rook b8. So Gukesh, I think here is attacking from the queen side, and you see how both players try to defense one side and attacking one side. So it's a good thing for who wants both a defense and attack in a game. So you see this game. This is good for you. So now you see queen c7, then queen d2 by Gukesh. Then now Duda plays c4. So c4 was not good move for Duda, because here you see the plus 1.06 after this move. So it's affect the winning position of black. So white not see that he play rook e3, then b5. So exchange with a cut b5, then e cut b5, and now the position is just similar to each other. So here Gukesh plays knight a2. So Blitz tournament, I think is currently is a good thing for all of them. But you see, let's see what do the player knight e4. Then yeah, then here Gukesh plays bishop e4, then bishop cut e4, then knight b4. So it's first time to see that here is a minus 0.04 to chances of black winning here. So I think knight b2 is not that much good move for white. So here Turad get, I think, blunder or mistake with rook a8. So now you see the position set that's plus 2.323. It's a proper winning position for white. Let's see where the position set that this position is winning for white. So all of you also check the position that how right here to the winning position of plus 2.23. So if you know or you think that move, please comment here. I also thinking, and Gukesh also thinking. So now the move of rook at a8 and then rook at a8. So if all of you that is only move. So here the knight g2 by Gukesh. So this position is a minus 0.65. So how the game changes in one moves you see here. That's why chess is an amazing game, because every move have its own power. Now here is a chance of Gukesh, because Duda play the move of knight g6. Now Gukesh, what to do here? Bishop h6. It's a minus 2.40. So if Duda see here the what is a blunder or mistake by Gukesh or not? Let's see. So here c3 by Duda, then b cut c3. So the position of currently is minus 2.24. So now also a condition of losing position for white. Now queen cut c3 by black. So it's a bishop cut g7, then queen cut d2, then rook cut d2, then king cut d7. So we see here the last stages of a 30 seconds game. Oh, here Gukesh plays knight e3. So here Duda played the game move of knight e5, then rook d1 by Gukesh. So everyone who see here, I like to see that 30 seconds game. 30-second games are amazing. In online, it's not too much to good, but when you see offline games, it's amazing to see that how can the players moves his move in that too much fast moves. So now you see another blunder move by Gukesh, where Gukesh plays here a knight c2. So here you see a minus 3.35 for white. So let's see. Oh, I think Duda also mistake that, and he goes to king f6. So now also not too much good position for white, because it's a minus 1.62. Again, Gukesh mistake move from f4. So now currently this match is too good to see that how Gukesh play here. So knight d7, then knight c4 by white. So it's a b3, then knight d6 by white, bishop cut d5, then knight b5. So it's a minus 4.50. So it's a proper win position for Duda. Now let's see how Duda confront that at its here Gukesh plays knight c2, then bishop e4, then knight ca3, then knight c3 4, knight cut c4, rook cut c4, and rook cut b2, then rook cut c2, then rook cut b5, rook cut e2. So this game is currently in the good form. I think the result here are here because Gukesh losing times. So here you see Gukesh lose the match, and again this is not good for Gukesh. Another match who get lose, and Duda get a 7.5 point. To now to see that Duda come back here with 7.5 point and another win from here. So this game was a crazy game for Gukesh. And if you starting or seeing Blitz tournament or rapid tournament, you see many players get a mistake and blunders in Blitz and rapid tournament because not too much time to think that much. So it's good to see when GMs play like that. If feels like that we are not only one who get that time pressure or that much blunder mistake here, because every stage has its difficulty. So here you see how Gukesh losing the game. So let's see results are there or not. So Vincent Kymer and Magnus Carlsen game was let's see his game. So I think this is on the last wave also. I think in some move, okay. Oh, you see here, Vincent get losing the game, not losing the game. Yes, it's losing them. Sorry for that. Here is a Magnus get a rook up. So now this is the end of this game. So now the another win. What a match! I think Magnus get too serious here because and tomorrow he get loses the games, but now he not a single match loses in day 5 of Blitz matches because he continuously beating all players and get a 5 point in a 5 round. This is amazing to see that Magnus Carlsen is in showing the level why he is a former world champion and currently world number 1. So I think results of all the games are here, and you see the round 14 result. The first is Vincent loses against the Magnus Carlsen, and then VE versus Anish Duda, where VE wins the game, and the Gukesh versus Duda, where Gukesh loses the game. Then Northern versus Arjun Irigesi, where it's a draw. So here Arjun get 8.5 points, so he also continues at the third position. And the fifth match with Praggnanandhaa versus Kirill, and Praggnanandhaa also loses his game with against the Kirill. So this is good to see here. So I think Dula did 7.5 point, and Arjun get 8.5. So why this start thing is not changed here because Arjun get at fourth position and Gukesh get. I think this is a mistake. So how I think how Magnus Carlsen managing this because some players is traveling for here, but he get in all rapid Blitz and classical he got 2800 plus rating. How it's a, not compared for current champions. So here is a round 15 match card where Kirill Savanko versus Nodrevik, then Arjun versus VE, then Magnus Carlsen versus Duda, then Anish Giri versus Vincent Kymer, then Pragnanda versus Gukesh Tamaraju. So I think here we see the Indian stars battle for this tournament of Praggnanandhaa versus Gukesh. So this time we see the Praggnanandhaa versus Gukesh game. So currently Magnus Carlsen leading this tournament, and what a guy because tomorrow previous day he loses two match I think, and he get only a 6 point in nine round, and after this in today games he got insane because he continuously beating all players. I think he take too serious in this position. If he loses, his chance of winning the tournament is not that much because VE is in a good form, and that's why he winning the rapid tournament with the difference of 1 point only. So Magnus not here to let them again to win this tournament. So currently, for Indian players, Arjun in a good form, and that's why he was in a third position after the round of 14. And Pragnanda also get, but currently he not get at the ranking, but he get a 6.5 point. And last Gukesh get 4.5 point in round 14. So that's not good for Gukesh, but it's a bleed. So it's not depending or judging the player on the basis of his match in Blitz and classical, because everyone again I say everyone not some people said that the Gluck is losing the game, so this is not good. And but you see how cookies play in candidates, you see their games and that game was a classical games, and this is a blitz, and it's get 18 rounds. So this is very stressful from Gukesh also. And sometimes matches are not good for any player, so it doesn't mean. Now we see the round 15 match card, not match card, matches, and in 5 to 6 minutes, either 10 minutes, where starting the game. And here we see the only Pragnanda versus Gukesh game. So I think Arjun game was much more important, but this when this Indian super giants battle, this is amazing to see them. After this tournament, I think I show you the analysis games of this tournament. So it takes some time, so don't go anywhere. We get see continuously. Please do some comments. I want some comments to see that if a subscribers see this, or either he only see and swap that. So if anyone, please comment here to show me who you are, because one of you is continuously see current live stream, so I thank you. So in sometimes Grand Chess Tour, Superbet, Rapid and Blitz tournament. After these tournament, you see the round 15th of Blitz tournament, where there is a match cards. Again, we see here the match cards are here. We see here that Kirill Sevanko versus Northberg, then Arjun versus VE. So this game was a very much important for Arjun also, because he get only 8.5, and I think we get 10 points. So if Arjun wins here, here the difference of both of them is only 0.5. So this game was too good or too important for Arjun also. Then Magnus Carlsen versus Duda. Magnus, I think he get on activate his God mode, or I think another thing, because he continuously beating all the players in a row, because he wins 5 round in a 5 matches. After this, we see Anish Giri versus Vincent Kymer. So Vincent Kymer also in on 6 point, and Anish Giri on 5. Then Anish Giri, and then last Praggnanandhaa versus Gukesh. So here we see the Indian super giants battle of Praggnanandhaa versus Gukesh. In 2 to 3 minutes, we see the game of Praggnanandhaa versus Gukesh. So Blitz tournaments too stress. When I also plays some Blitz tournament, but that not much rounds, because it's around 18th match. There is 18 matches, so this is very mental attack, or I think mental, create a mental stress for any players, because I only plays if I see I play only 10 rounds, I think, at some tournaments. So this tournament is also good, because there is not too much time gap for relief. But you see here that they are GMs. So each and every game of there is taken much more mental pressures. And you see, if he plays classical, he get relief for that of moves, but in Blitz he plays roughly, so this is a Blitz is good for that. So I request again, who currently seeing this live stream continuously, please comment here. I want to thank you with your name, so please comment here. So it takes some time. Then we see the Gukesh versus Praggnanandhaa game. After this game, there is only a 4 rounds left. Not 4 run. Sorry for that. There is a 3 round only. So this 4 games of these tournament is much important for all of them, because if anyone loses here, there is a another player before that, and they create a problem for that players. That's why I think everyone is trying to win in the game. So let's see how we start this game. This take too much time, I think. So currently there is a 7 point, not 7 point, I think it's a 7 p.m. 7 minute, 7.5 minutes currently. So here you see matches of this started, or I think only Magnus matches started. So there is a glitch, I think. So here the starting of games. Now you see here Gukesh versus Praggnanandhaa, where Praggnanandhaa from white and Gukesh from black. So let's see the first move. It's e4, then e5, then knight f3, then knight c6, bishop b5, a4, a6, then bishop a4, then knight f6, double zero, bishop e7, then d3, then b4, and it's the last move of black. And so if you see here, this is Praggnanandhaa versus Gukesh uh, Blitz match in superweight, and this is round 15, where Gukesh gets 4.5. So here you see the fasting move. So they placed too fast. That's why I am here to tell you. See, after the move of b5, then Praggnanandhaa goes to b3, then d6, then c3, double zero, knight bd2, then knight a5, bishop c2, then c5, rook e1, rook e8, knight f1, then h6, d4, and then c cut d4, c cut d4, e cut d4, knight cut d4, then bishop f8. So here the move of Praggnanandhaa. So if anyone this match is here the bishop b7, then knight g3. So here the knight c6. So here I think white tried to attacking the king side of black. So that's why bishop b2 a diagonally attack. Here the knight e5 by Gukesh. So if you see position, here is a plus 0.96. Here the queen d2. So it's a draw position, trying to in a draw position. Let's see what Gukesh play here. Then h5. So here the matches continues. I think I misses some moves. So let's see that move. After the move of knight e5, then Prag plays queen d2, then h5, then h3. So it's a draw position. And then g6, rook a d1, then rook c8, bishop b1. So I think this type of position every players play. And if you see some matches of that opening, you see that type of playing method, because everyone, it's a move of h4, because here the move is to try to attack the king side, and by the attacking of double wishes of diagonally attack. Now currently you see there is a plus 0.11, so it's not too much to draw. So here king h7 is, I think it's a mistake or either a blunder, because you see here there is a plus 2.11. So I think Gukesh get a mistake here. Let's see Prag continues or see that move or not. So here Prag plays f4. So this is after this h6, bishop h6. So pinning the pawn. So here is a queen f2, then knight d7. It's a plus 2.30. Then it's a e5. I think this is mistake by Praggnanandhaa or inaccuracy, because e5 creates as a plus 0.81. So it's a ongoing on the again on a draw position. So here Gukesh cut that pawn with the d cut e5. Then f cut e5, then rook cut e5. So here the move of Prague. So plugin on the time pressure, I think he got to 29 seconds. So this game was currently a good position. Rook cut e5 by Prag, then knight cut e5, then rook e1. So you see here, this is a plus 0.24, yeah, or 25. So case takes some time because he get a 3 minute, and the Brugge not good too much time because he on 0.29 seconds. Let's see what will be the next move of this. So case takes some time. I think Gukesh goes back, and that's a move. Knight f d7. So here comes with the knight f5, then knight cut. What? It's knight f3. Why Gukesh play this move? It's a pure blunder. G cut f3. Then queen g5 check. Queen g2 block. Then queen f4. Then knight h6. So now there is a time pressure on Prague. But I think knight h6, then king h6, then queen d2 to pinning the queen. Either he cut the queen, so he knight cut d2, then bishop d5, then king f2, then bishop e6, then knight e4. So he is a Prague a time pressure of 11 seconds. Let's see what here Gukesh plays. He plays knight b6, then bishop c1 check, then king g7, then knight g5, then bishop d5, then bishop e3, then knight f7, rook d1 to pinning the bishop, then bishop c6 to protecting the knight. That's why he goes to knight e4. Then here's a Prague on time pressure. I think Prague get a time pressure of 6 seconds. Then knight f8, then bishop d4 check, then bishop king h6, bishop f6, knight e6, then bishop cut h4, then f5, then knight d6, then rook f8, then rook c1, bishop d5, bishop f6. So according the game was in an insane position where knight f4, bishop e5 by Praggnanandhaa. So you see how Praggnanandhaa predicted that move. That's why GMs are great. I think he in a time pressure, but he continues to player accurate moves at this time. So now Gukesh resigned to Praggnanandhaa, and now Praggnanandhaa get 7 point. So that's why I tell you that it's an Indian super giant battle match that's create this much intention in games. And you see how the games here is a fluctuate. When Gukesh gets sometimes will move, then Prag gets sometimes. But if you see a Prag started with amazing opening, and that's why he leads to in the at this time. And I think Gukesh get in a blunder move of knight f3, and that time Prag correctly measure that move and continually uh, doing that type of moves to in the match. So that's why Praggnanandhaa wins round 15 between Gukesh and Prag. So now you see Gukesh get only 4.5 and around in match of 15 rounds. So it's not good for him, but Prag. So I think all games are over. So let's see the results of that games. So you see here Krylesevanko versus Nodrevik. Nodrevik is winning. Arjun loses the game. This is too not good for Arjun because we get 11 point and Arjun it only 8.5. Magnus Carlsen winning. What a guy. He again beat Duda. He continuously in a rushing mode. I think he destroyed all the players because he can continuously win a 6 game in a row. What a guy, because he get over 13 points in 15 rounds. Today he not get any lose from others. After this, Anish wins against Vincent Kymer, then Praggnanandhaa wins against Gukesh Arjun. So I think Arjun get 8.5 and we get 11. And Nodrevik, let's see Nodrevik point. So Nodrevik also get 8 point and Krill get 4.5. So this is great to see that Nodrevik on 4th position. Let's see the Duda. Duda get 7.5. So because of Magnus beating him. So currently positions are same. Magnus gets 13 point, VE get 11 points, and Arjun get 8.5. So these are the top 3 of current Blitz tournament, or after the round of 15. So there is only 3 rounds left. The another round was started on 7:30. So there is a 10-minute left. So we see the matches of previous round. We see the match of Arjun, how he lose against VE. So you see here there is a 44 moves here. So let's see the starting position of Arjun and VE. You see Arjun play a D4 move. Then we plays knight f6, then c4, e6, knight f3, d5, c cut d5, e cut d5, bishop f4, then bishop d6, bishop cut d6, queen cut d6, e3, then bishop f5, queen b3, then double zero, then knight c3, then knight d7, then rook c1, c6, knight h4, bishop g6, when knight cut g6, h cut g6, bishop e2, then b5 double zero, a5 queen c2, rook fe1, h3, knight b6, knight b1, rook ac8, then knight d2, then a4, then bishop d3, a diagonally attack, then rook e6, then b3, then knight fd7, then knight f3, and then rook e8. It's rook e8, then queen d2, then b4, rook c2, rook a8, then rook c1, then rook ec8, then e4, a cut b3, then a cut b3, then d cut e4, then bishop cut e4, then knight d5, bishop cut d5, queen cut d5, queen b4, then rook c b8, then queen c4. You see, this is a winning position, I think. How Arjun get lose this game? Then knight f6, and you see here is a time pressure of V, not Arjun. Then here there is a queen cut c6, then queen cut b3. Then what is Arjun doing this move? Why? He get mad because he directly cut it down the rook queen cut a8. Why? I don't think why this move was important. Rook at e8, rook c8. I think this is a mistake or blunder. Rook at c8 check. So this currently in losing position is king h7, then knight g5 check, then h6, f4, then knight h7, d5, knight cut g5, f cut g5, king cut g5, d6, then it's a check with the queen b6, then king h1, queen cut d6, rook c1, f5, rook f1, king h4, rook f3, king queen e5, then king g1, then g5, and that's a lot move. Why that position is, let's see why that position we set that position in our board. So you see here, this is a board of we set here, queen at here, knight at here, pawn, only 3 pawns, and then the king, rooks at here, knight at here, pawn here, pawn is a 4 pawn, and you see how he is a 5 pawn up. How he can lose that position? It's a winning position. Oof. So let's see why that position is too much. Why Arjun do that move? I don't understand. So you see here, let's see what the position said. So currently you see at bottom you see that is a losing position for white, but here you see this is a plus 0.7. Why? I don't understand this type of mistake of chess.com. So there is a white move, not. There is a black move. So now we see the position queen cut b3. So this is a losing position, I think. Queen c4. We see that game after some times, but currently we see others and the match card of this position. So let's see the match card of round 16. So here you see the round 16 match card. This is the first Nondrik versus Praggnanandhaa, then Duda versus Anish Gukesh versus Magnus, and VE versus Kirill, and Vincent kymer versus Arjun. So I think we see here Gukesh versus Magnus because this match I think amazing battles for both of them, and this is after that in candidates what Magnus said. This is third time I think he play against Magnus Carlsen. So let's see how Gukesh show them that it's important to him also. So in some times, I think a match was started to don't go anywhere. You So now the match is started. Let's see Gukesh versus Magnus Carlsen, most awaited matches. So here Magnus from black and Gukesh from white. So let's see the moves. So first Gukesh plays e4, then g6 by Magnus Carlsen, then d4, then d6, knight c3, then c6, then bishop e3, then knight f6, queen d2, then knight bd2, then knight f3, then b5, h4, knight b6, then bishop d3, then h5. So this was the last move from Magnus. Now the chance of Gukesh. So let's see what Gukesh play here. So now currently Gukesh play the move of 000. 000 games are amazing. I think this game are insane games. After this, bishop g7. Then here bishop cut h3 and g cut h3. Now after this, Magnus plays e6, then f4 by Gukesh, then d5. Let's see what is the next move. So Magnus on 12 points and Gukesh only at 4.5 points in 16 round. So Magnus currently leading the board and continuously winning a 6 game. So this gonna be crazy, but let's see what was the next moves are here. So now you see Gukesh plays the move of e5. Then I think uh, knight f d7, then rook g1, bishop goes to f8, then rook cut g6. So current position is in much more for good for white. So rook cut g6. What was the purpose of this move? I think he want if f cut g6 is a good move or bad move. So here Magnus not cut it that pawn. Sorry, rook. He goes to knight c4. So now you see it's a plus 1.65. So Gukesh get a chance to win this match. So I think here Gukesh takes some times, but I think the idea of Gukesh is attacking the king side with the attack of bishops. Why he doing this move? There is a minus 1.87, so this is a losing position for uh, white, because he goes to queen g2 and openly to give them a bishop. But Magnus was Magnus. He plays knight cut e5. That pawn e5 pawn is create much more trouble for Magnus. That's why he cutted that pawn. And he get a space for a king here. So you see the current position of Magnus Carlsen versus Gukesh Domaraju in Blitz tournament. So now Gukesh turns back his bishop, sorry, rook, and knight goes to d3, bishop goes to d3, then knight cut d3, and then knight cut e3, then rook cut e3, then queen h4. Now I think Magnus charge up and he not leave this position because he know that mistake also what he do. So after this rook f1, then bishop d6, then king b1. So Magnus Carlsen versus Gukesh Dumarazu match was currently in a way to chance of winning of Magnus is much more than Gukesh. So you see 000, then queen c2, and then after this move, black goes to king b7. Then after this, white plays f5, then e cut f5, then rook f3. It's a rook e f3. So after this, rook d7, then a5, a4, rook at f5, queen h3. So now Gukesh in another in a time pressure of 7 to 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and 0. So I think that's a glitch again back because sometimes I got a glitches here. So let's see what was the next move. This type of glitches also every time I see in chess.com. So let's see, it's real or it's so that's why I call you. It's not real. And again, rook at f7, then rook goes to rook b, so rook c8, and then knight c1, then rook f7. I think rook at f7, rook c7, then bishop goes to uh, e7, then rook f2. So now you see this is a minus 2.70 position. So it means that blacks dominates to the white. Then here comes queen e3. And Gukesh again goes to in a time pressure. It's a knight go to b3, then b cut a3. Then rook e2, then queen g1 check, then queen cut d4, then knight e2. Here you see minus 5.98, so I think this is an in position for white. Here's queen b4, then queen d1, then a3, then rook c2. Here comes h3, king a2, h2. I think he misses down, and b cut a3, queen cut a3 check, king b1, and this is a int for him, king a7, and now he gonna mad. He think running or is rushing this tournament because he continuously winning a 6 rounds, not six, it's a 7 rounds. I think what was going on current, it is a 16 rounds here, and Magnus continuously beating down the all the players one by one. I think he in a position who just like a teacher, and students come and gets check and out. That's why he play here. Magnus Carlsen beat Gukesh Damaraju, and Gukesh had also another lose from his tournament. He get a 4.5 points here in 16 round, and Magnus get a 16 round and 13 points. So now Gukesh is out of this tournament from before, but currently he is an out of this battle or tournament to win a title. But Magnus in a good form. He is on a way to become a champion again. I think he take too serious because we wins the rapid tournament. So only one game is left between Krill versus VE, and that's also last position. Let's see what was that position. Here Krill from black and V from white. This is a draw position, so I think another chance create for Arjun if he wins that game. But let's see. Now they try to win this game, but I think this is a draw position because both get equal pieces and pawns. So if someone take mistake here, it gonna be lose for here. So I think we try to win this game, but I think their time is much lower than Krillil. So sometimes take risk is not good for them. So both try to win this game. There is no chance of draw here. So let's see who gonna win here. The game is ongoing. I think that's why I like Blitz because that's too much low time the players rushing the game. This is an amazing position. Blitz, it's great, good to see that both not try to draw that because at Blaze sometimes the player get mistake or either a check not see or illegal moves for juniors I said or intermediate players, but at this rate I don't think that is. Once I see a match where with it, I think he goes to attacking king in a direct way. That's illegal. So I think this game was one I see in 16 round that take too much time to win here. So the risk of VE is now giving him some chance to win because he get the piece up, but I think the position he get is a good position for him. Let's see how they made him a checkmate. Krill. Who are new player here? You see that the Inter bishop is when that uh, single, then it's a draw. That's why it's a rook versus rook games. So now that's the result, and currently both agree and draw the game. And here VE get 11 and half point in 16 rounds, and the Krill get the 5 point. Now again Gukesh in a bottom with 4.5 point. So this was the last game of 16th round. So let's see the results. Here the result: Nodrevik beating Praggnanandhaa. Now he is in a good position. I think he get 9 points and Pragna get only a 7 points. So they leads again. Then we see Duda versus Anish Giri, where Duda also win that game at 8.5 point. Then here comes Gukesh versus Magnus, where Magnus showed him the power and continuously beating Gukesh Tumarazu. VE versus Kiril and Vincent Kymer versus Arjun Irigesi. Now Arjun also in the way to become good for him to third position. I think first and second position, I think it's clear that Magnus going to first and second because only 2 games left, and if Arjun wins the game, he only get 11 and half point in 18 rounds, and that's why Arjun is on only a player of third rank. Then it seems that if the below players win that match, it's not to see that at the top two. I think top two thing. Yes, that's no chance for anyone to in top two. So here the starting of a battle of top two positions because VE get 11 half point and Magnus get an insane mode and he get 13 points. So I think if VE wins both of them, he get only 3 and 13 and half. And if Magnus lose the game, both of them, then a chances of winning of this tournament for V. But if VE loses any game, there is no chance for him to win a first position, but he get a second. So now I think the results are here. We see that Magnus and V is the top board battles for, and the third position battle between Arjun, Nodrbek, and Duda, and many more players. But top two are selected, but at top three, at the third position was not selected. So let's see. There is only 2 game left, and here the last match card of round 17, where first match is Arjun versus Duda, then Praggnanandhaa versus VE. So now VE is a test by Praggnanandhaa, then Nodreberg versus Gukesh, and the Corridor versus Vincent Kymer, and Anish Giri versus Magnus Carlsen. If Magnus wins here, the result is clear. And I think Magnus get too serious here because he continues beating 7 players. I think how he can do that if he wins all the 9 games. It's amazing because no one can win this type of winning because he wins a 9 game continuously. I think this is gonna be crazy. So let's see, and there is only a 2 to 3 minute to start the 17th round. So let's see who gonna win. So here the match is was started. Let's see the Anish Giri. Either we see Praggnanandhaa. We see Anish Giri match with Magnus Carlsen wins this game. It goes. So here Anish Giri from white and Magnus from black. Let's see the moves of this starting positions. So here Anish play a knight f3, and then knight f6 by Magnus, then c4, b6, d4, bishop b7, g3, then g6, bishop g2, bishop g7, 0 0 0 0, and then d5. It's knight a6, knight c3, knight c5, queen c2, it's c6, then e4, then c cut e4, d4, d5. What was that? Yes, d5, then c cut d5, not c cut d5, it's e4, then c cut d5, then e cut d5, then e6, then d cut e6, then d cut e6, and rook d1, queen e7, bishop f4, rook fd8, then bishop e5, then a5, then b3, and this was the last move from white. Now there is chance of Magnus to play the move. Let's see what Magnus play here. So here Magnus takes some time. So now he plays rook d8. Then knight e1. Then bishop cut g2. King cut g2. Then rook cut d1, queen cut d1. So currently this is a draw position. Queen b7, queen f3, queen cut f3 check, king cut f3, knight d7, bishop g7, then king g7. So I think this is a chance where I think Magnus get not winning the position, but it's a draw position. So if anyone can lose that position, there is a chance of opposite player who wins this match. So now Anish Giri is to stop the rally or the train of Magnus Carlsen of winning streak of 7 rounds. Now we see here that it's a h4. It's a proper draw position. It's a e5, then knight f3, h6, knight d2, king e6. So there is a 3 minutes in both the clocks, and here with Magnus comes with f5. then b4, a cut b4, a cut b4, then knight a6, knight d5. So now the chances of white winning this position is too much high. It's plus 0.30. Here comes Magnus with king d6. And then knight b1, then knight c7, then knight cut c7, king cut c7, knight c3, knight f6. So Magnus knows this is a draw position. That's why he not take too much risk here. So there is a f3 by, it's 0.0% to win this game of both of them. It's a draw position. And here comes g5, h cut g5, h cut g5. So it's going towards the pawn ending, I think. It's king d6, knight b5. Check. King c6, knight c3. It's g4. Knight cut g4, knight d5, knight h6. Knight e3, king d6. King d6. So now this was the 17th round of Grand Chess Tour with Magnus Carlsen versus Anish Giri, where Anish gets 6 points and Magnus, if win here, he gonna win the title of Super Blitz tournament. So this is a draw position here, and now I think is a 13.5 in 17 rounds. And here you see it's a draw. Anish get a draw for Magnus Carlsen, and Magnus get only a few and 1.5, I think, point left to win this tournament. If we is losing to Praggnanandhaa, there is a clear winner for Magnus Carlsen, and it's a streak breaker by Anish Giri, because in day 5, which means today, Magnus get not get a lose, because he get continuously beating 7 players in a row, and after this Anish Giri stopped his streak by drawing with them. So now in day 5 currently is unbeaten, but let's see the last round. So this was Magnus Carlsen versus Anish Giri. Let's see the results, but they both early to finish his games. Let's see Praggnanandhaa versus VE game. So this game was is more important here. Now you see, I think Praggnanandhaa here is losing the position because minus 0.77. So if Praggnanandhaa managed to draw here, I think the winner is decided. But I tell you that only top two battle between the VE and Magnus to win the title. But both of them get top two position. Now Praggnanandhaa is 6 seconds and we get 19 seconds. I think we here to win this match. I think because it's blunder. I think that's why the position where it's a draw. It's a G3. There's a D3, E cut D3, C cut D3, Queen B2, Queen D2, Queen B7, Queen E3. I think Prag know what was the moves of here. So knight C3 here. The chances of Prag is winning is a plus 1.9. How? It's rook d1 3.16. It's a winning position for Prague. Queen b5. How that's possible? It's a5 a4. Queen b6. Oh, it's a draw again position. It's a draw position again. Prague has a time pressure. That's why he's losing the position of winning. It's a king g2. It's again goes to minus. What happened that position? This is why Blitz is a crazy games. Now king goes to 00. Not a 00, it's a 00. Why Prague you doing to feel the Magnus field? It's a plus 0 point. Here you see that how the fluctuation of the analyzer. It's a plus mode. I think Prague know that move. It's a blunder by VE. Bishop f6. I think he gonna blunder the move. It's a plus 7. It's a blunder. Ho ho ho! What a match! Ramesh Praggnanandhaa beating the VE, and now the dream of VE is to become another champion in Blitz tomorrow is over. What a game! Now the clear winner of this tournament is Magnus Carlsen with the 13.5. If next we wins, he 12.5. But how we winning the position? But at the last he blunder, then Prague know that move, and that's why he winning the position and wins against the VE, and now he get 8 point. So that's a clear result for Magnus Carlsen. He winning the tournament. So Magnus thanks them, the Praggnanandhaa, to beating VE and disconnect with the champions match. And here the clear winner is Magnus Carlsen. And second, I think gonna be VE. And third position is very important because here is a two men who get 9.5 and 9.5, where 9.5 Duda and it's Arjun Irigesi. So here is a tie break for both of them. And The Praggnanandhaa win against VE, Nodrivik draw with Gukesh, so now Gukesh in form to 5 point I think, and Nodriv also get 9.5. So we see that top two battle, but there is a third position battles where three players at 9.5, and Krylian Sivankovic 6 point. So here is the result of. So I think Gukesh is gonna be in bottom, but Arjun here is a chance to win because in last round he faces Magnus Carlsen, so it's a do or die match for Arjun. If he wins, it's a chance to win this match. But what happened to this standing board? I think this is wrong. But let's see. There is a Duda versus Kirill Sevanko. So Duda get a chance, high chance to win this game. So they're gonna win 10.5. Then Vincent Kymer versus Praggnanandhaa. So this game was also important for this tournament, but Praggnanandhaa not getting the position. But Gukesh versus Anish Giri, it's a good game, and Magnus versus Arjun. So I gonna be see you with Arjun versus Magnus. This game was Magnus also know he gonna win the tournament, but he thinks Arjun I know they play well, but if Krill try to his best in beating Duda, there is chance for him. And VE versus Nodrevik. So this game is also important because Nodrevik a chance to win the third position, and two games are much high level intense game because VE in a good form and taking the second position, and Magnus Carlsen versus Arjun Irigesi was a much more game. Duda had some good thing for him because he get Krill, but Krill is also important player. So if we see here, let's see the previous match of I think we see Praggnanandhaa versus VE. What was the last position we see where the Praggnanandhaa moves? There is 58 moves games. So let's see. There is 8 to 9 minutes here. After 9 minutes, the last game of Super Big Tournament is starting. So here Praggnanandhaa for white and V from black, and Prag start with knight f3, then d5, then g3, g6, c4, d cut c4, knight a3, bishop e6, bishop g2, bishop g7, queen c2, c5, knight cut c4, knight c6, d3, then rook c8, queen a4, bishop d7, double zero, a6, queen d1, then b5, then knight d2, knight f6, knight b3, c4, d cut c4, b cut c4, knight c5, double zero, knight d5, knight cut d5, rook b1, then it's come with knight c5, then queen c2. So it's mean that I continuously nothing to say. Sorry for that, my mic was and my voice is not over that because of my fault.
queen d5, and then bishop d2, then e5, knight to g5, then queen d7, bishop e3, and then knight d4, bishop to d4, e cut d4, rook f d1, then h6, knight f3, then knight e6, and h4, and then queen b5, queen e4, rook e7, rook e8, then rook c1 is blunder, and here f5, queen c2. Here we see before the game was ending, so this is what we're gonna see. There is the rook d8, then bishop f1, bishop h6, b3, d3, e cut d3, queen b2, bishop g7, queen d2, queen b7, queen e3, knight c5, knight g5, then rook e8, queen f4. Here they're starting the plundering of the move, and then rook d8, rook c1, rook d4, then queen f3, then queen b5. Continuously we losing the position, blending the moves. Then a4, queen b6, rook c4. Here's the draw position again. C cut b4, then rook d8, then bishop cut d3, knight cut d3, king g2 is a blunder by them, and the knight e5, then rook cut d8 check, queen cut d8, queen b7, queen e8, queen d5 check, knight h7, king g1, queen f8. Both are try to giving the winning position, but after this, queen e7, then c5, and then bishop f6, then knight c6, then queen cut c6, and then king h8. So here the end of this position, but there's the position of winning. So now in sometimes we see the game of last match of this tournament. We see the Magnus and Arjun Erigasi. So let's see. So, welcome back to everyone. This was the last round of Strength Chess chess tournament, and this game was between Magnus Carlsen versus Arjun Erigesi. And here, the clear winner of this tournament is Magnus Carlsen with 13.5 point. If he lose here, it doesn't matter. It's a clear winner at the 17th round. But Arjun get in third position battle because three players in this tournament there is a 9.5 where first is Arjun, there is Nodrevek Duda. So let's see who gonna win the third position. So that's good to see that. So here Magnus plays with the first move of e4, then e5, then knight f3, then knight c6, knight c3, knight f3, knight f6, d4, ce cut d4, knight cut d4, bishop b4, knight cut d6, b cut c6, bishop d3, double zero, double zero, d5, e cut d5, c cut d5, bishop g5, then c6, queen f3, h6, then bishop cut f6, queen cut f6, queen cut f6, g cut f6, knight goes to e2, rook e8, and now the move of Magnus Carlsen here to play the move. So this battle is much more important for Arjun to win this game, and try to think that the other two players are not winning or either draw, because Duda had a much more, I think, points are same, but the other thing is not equal for Arjun. So again I said, here Magnus come with knight d4, and the position said this is a plus 3.27. So here Arjun plays c5. Let's see what Magnus plays. Magnus have a good game, and I think today he gonna be uh, amazing, insane. It's a a3, and I think Magnus gonna plan today, because as tomorrow he loses continuously two games in starting. It's bishop a5 and b4, and today he continuously beating all down the seven uh, players continuously in a raw, not in other things, not a draw. It's a b cut c5, bishop cut c5. It's a draw position, and when at the eighth round of today he draw with Anish Giri, and Anish will break his streak of winning. But currently he's unbeatable in day 5 in knight f5, and the previous game was a deciding game where Praggnanandhaa and we game was amazing. It is up and down with this game, and we loses that game, and there is a fix to see that Magnus winning this tournament. So it's at 3. So now Arjun get a chance to attack Magnus. If any one of the others who see this position for black is not good, but at the Blitz it's all red. It's g4. It's h cut g4, h cut g4. Now bishop cut f5, bishop cut f5, king g7, king g2, Let's see what is in play here. It's rook e2. Then here comes with king f3, rook e5, a4, rook h8, rook h1, sorry, rook cut h1, rook cut h1, a5, it's rook h5. So the positions are similar here. Here comes bishop b4, rook h7 check, king g8, rook h7 check, king g8. So I think this is a draw position. I think draw. Magnus try to draw this position. He waits. Oh, this is a amazing tournament from Magnus Carlsen. How this guy is insane. He is unbeatable on day 5, where he get the 9 round and he get 8 points. Not it's 8, I think. Yes, he gonna only unbeatable, and he gonna win today a 9 round with 9 round. In 9 round, he winning 8 matches. I think 2 matches is draw, but how this is, everyone is in tomorrow previous day thinking that Magnus Carlsen all match winning, then he wins the tournament, and now the result, he saw the level of why he is world number 1, and currently he gonna win the Grand Chess Tour Blitz tournament with 14 points, and Arjun get only a 10 points. Let's see what Duda and Nodrevik match was for. This is a third position battle. So I think Magnus think that time when the draw, and Arjun also takes a draw. So let's see Vincent Kymer Praggnanandhaa. So now Nodrevik versus when VE match is continuous. Continue here. There is a, let's see for VE match. This position is also a good position where we is not in too much a good way. It's minus 2.75. Let's see if Abdul wins here. It's win to the third position, but let's see. It's queen d6. uh, so if Nadrabek here lose here, the chances of third position, he also loses here. but the position fit is a minus 1.11. So it's a good chance for Nadribek to win this match. Now it's queen f3, then bishop f4. Now we have a chance to win this game. Knight e2. Bishop cut d5. Knight cut d5. Bishop c4. Bishop c4 check. Then knight e2. So now another pick in tension. Rook d8. Oh my god, it's blunder, but not c by uh, v. Bishop d3. Rook d1. It's a pin, and now I think they lose the piece. King g2. So now what? I think king h1. Now threatening both the pieces of black. Now they will get in a tension. Rook cut g5. Knight cut, sorry, f cut g5, and now the pin of bishop is in there. Queen cut d3, queen g4. Now we in the position to win this game. Is a double check. Not a double check, it's called discover chess and pin with that. And now we won the match. And the chances of Arjun to win that third position is continuously in that wave. So thank you to VE because but it's streamed to by Praggnanandhaa, another Indian. Uh, so this is great to see. So the results, and I think there is a one dream also broke because Duda is so their level here because this one I what I said that before that Duda has not much better opponent. Really, I not expect really, but Duda get a win against and 10.5 point and control his third position on this tournament. Now the game of Grand Chess Super Pet tournament is over. Not over, sorry for that. It's a Gukesh versus Anish match is continuous. Let's see that match. So here is the match of here the Gukesh has a position to win. So I think the result are ongoing, and that the first position of this tournament is Magnus Carlsen, second VE, third is and Duda. Amazing for Duda to win a third position. Then Arjun get the fourth position, I think. Then Nodriberg, and then after Praggnanandhaa. So if Gukesh wins here, I think he will not in bottom. But if he lose here, losing position is not here. But let's see. Gukesh Grand Chess tournament is not as good much for him, but no problem. Next time he will show them. But why I think Magnus is sure got level matches today. I think he's gonna eat something. So now this game was the last game of Grand Chess Tournament, and the results are here. The fourth position wins Magnus Carlsen. Today this was unbeatable here, and second is VE, and third is Duda. So this game was the last game between Gukesh and Anish Duda. After this, the Grand Chess Tournament will be over here. So here, good to see that this position is good for whom. It's a draw. How Gukesh losing that position? So it takes some time because I think this is gonna be a calculating game. So if everyone here to see that it's time to so that how black bishop and knight versus rook versus pawn to win the game. So let's see how Gukesh play here. So it's a rook a1. So Anish is trying to win, not win, a drawing position because it's near chance to win this game. But Gukesh takes some time to placing the position where he wins. So I think slowly, Gukesh continues to winning that position. So it is a proper draw position. I think that's why the indicator said that it's 0-0-0. It's a draw, and that was the last match of Grand Chess Tournament. And this was a draw between Gukesh Tomarazu versus Anish Giri. And now I think Gukesh also get a position of Barton in Blitz tournament also here. And let's see the results. So this was a 18 game round of Grand Chess Tour League 24, and the result I think is here you see top three. Praggnanandhaa get only 9 points, but it's changed. So the first is Magnus Carlsen, second is VE I think, and then Duda was third. So this was the Blitz tournament results. I think today the day winner go for Magnus Carlsen because previous day he loses to them and he takes too serious, and currently he unbeatable on day 5, and in 9 rounds he gonna wins 8. It means 2 as a draw, but he gonna, I think how that's why he was world number 1. So that's the today's stream, and I think uh, who wanna see here the results are here. Grand Chess Tour tournament again. I said Magnus Carlsen wins the tournament, and V is gonna second, and Duda get a third. So Duda get a, to try hard to win the third position because I think at 17th round, first second was decided, and the third position was too much fight for third because Duda, Norderbeck, and Arjun get same position, but Arjun get a draw with Magnus, but Duda wins against Krill. That's why he gonna be third. So this was the last to see that Grand Chess tournament. Now the tournament overs, but it doesn't mean that I don't know we're not gonna live again. So next time we see another live stream of something else. And this was the Grand Chess tournament where Rapid wins by VE and Blitz win by Magnus Carlsen.
So I think sad for Gukesh because he was one who get only 5.5, and this is not good for him because he in rapid also in bottom, and in Blitz also in bottom. So what wanna go? I don't think it's stress or something mental health for him to reconstruct create his back the games, and when he wanna come with amazing games. So thank you for today, and next time we meet again. So bye.